Welcome back, friends, to Indigo Moon, where we are giving the information. Now, what happens if you are in a family and your blood type does not match anyone in your family? What happens if you were taken at birth and brought into this family, but they are not your family? What happens if no baby pictures are present? You can't find one because there were none. Perhaps you were raised to stay in the house. Anytime that you were outside, it was always observed. Your behavior, your actions, yourself, you have been observed all your life. When you start looking back at information, you start looking back and observing your childhood, and you think back. Sometimes you need those answers in order to give truth to the very day, you know. I recall always being in the presence of my stepmother, not my stepmother, my aunt or my father. And even when I moved out of state, my aunt would come and visit, and she always wanted to make sure that everything was of a certain way. Or my father would show up. Now, knowing what I know today, I know that I was being observed and watched every step of the way, including that trip that they took us to in jail in kindergarten. You know, it's important that you look at certain facts, because the truth is actually coming out at this point. Can no longer tell stories, can no longer lie and state that this person is my child. You can no longer say that this person's on drugs or try to throw that person's to the side and tell these lies only so that people will reevaluate what that person is doing. Now, the camera is turned on these people. Now the camera is actually interviewing the family members who stated that this person was not alive. When I was off this channel, when I was not, the new year had come in and I was not present, there were rumors that went out that I was not alive. You know, people will come up with all sorts of answers when you have a question. But it's important that we do more research. It's important that we realize that some people are telling these stories, and it's important that the truth be told. As you can see, there's a lot of sounds going on. The neighbors are talking, I guess. You know, either way, at this point in time, we have to start looking at what exactly is it that God is trying to show and reveal. Is my life like a Lifetime movie? It seems so, right? It's important that we look and evaluate things that are going on in our surroundings. Don't take things for granted, and don't assume that everything that you see is going on is truth, because it just might not be. Guys, when I say self-love, you have to love yourself, because even growing up, I was always isolated, always cooking or cleaning. Never, like I said, when I went outside, it was for short periods of time. When you look at your life and you look at your beginnings, do you remember everything that happened? Do you remember your grandparents? Do you remember your parents? Now, there's certain stories that people will tell. And there's certain people who are going to tell the truth. The truth shall set us free, and the truth is about to come to the forefront, because it's time. All the spiritual laws have been placed in front of people now, so that they know that when they do one more thing, that the alternative to that will be being honest. And people have had a lot of problems, a lot of trouble being honest during this time. So the truth is being revealed, the truth is being unveiled, okay? So thank you for joining us here at Indigo Moon, and the truth shall set us free.